Whole new unit, whole new information. This video will be on some of the vocab that you have for this new unit. This is going to be on Unidad 1, Lección 2, or Unit 1, Lesson 2. This vocab section is going to deal with adjectives. So hopefully remember previous units that we went over, we kind of started off with verbs, and you learned that verbs can be spelled in 3 different ways. AR verbs, spelled with AR at the end, ER, spelled with ER at the end, and IR. And we kind of went over a couple of different ways that you could kind of change the spellings for them. In this lesson, we're looking at adjectives. So adjectives, hopefully you know. If not, kind of quick reminder, are words that describe. So these are going to be descriptions of people for the most part. That's going to be kind of what we focus on. Of course, you can describe items as well, but we're going to be talking about people and friends and how you describe yourself and others. So I'm going to go through this page, which I actually don't even know what page it is on. Let me double check. Is going to be page 56 and 57 are going to deal with different adjectives, basically falling under 2 different categories. Appearance adjectives, so the way that somebody or yourself look, so something that you can physically see on somebody, and personality adjectives, which is just basically more of like someone's personality trait. Are they a nice person? Are they a funny person? Are they a hardworking or lazy person? So although you might be able to see them, of course, as well, it's more of just like how they act. So I'm going to go through these 2 pages to kind of show you the examples and the pictures that they give you guys. And then I'm going to show you our big review page at the end of this lesson / entire unit that we're looking at that has everything all together. So technically there'll be some grammar on that page as well, but we just won't go over the grammar in this video. So I'm going to start at the top. A lot of this is some of the characters that you've seen previously because we kind of follow their lives throughout the unit, or throughout the whole book, I should say. So just know you might see some familiar faces. So parte A. We have a first section here. It's talking about 2 amigos, 2 friends. So it says, Hola, soy Sandra. Another quick reminder. All the blue words are the new words. The ones that are black are words that we've had previously, or in this case, like Sandra, somebody's name who's not actually a vocab word. So the blue ones are the ones we're looking out for. It says, Hola, soy Sandra. That's her. Soy artística. She's describing herself. That's a new word. Y tengo pelo castaño. Still talking about herself. A mi amigo, so one of her friends, Ricardo, which is the second picture you see there, le gusta practicar deportes. That's an old verb that we had from last unit. Porque es atlético. So she's describing herself. We'll start at the top and kind of unpack. She says, Soy, I am, artística, or artistic. You can see her drawing on her sketch pad in the first picture. Tengo pelo castaño. Means she has dark hair. It's not blonde, and it's like a light brown, but she means she's brunette. She's not blonde. She's not a redhead. She has brunette or brown hair. So tengo is I have. Pelo is hair. Castaño means brunette, which is what we know as brown hair or dark hair, both of them. Then she says her amigo, so a second person, who is Ricardo. A él le gusta, so he likes to practicar deportes. He likes to practice sports. That was something from last unit. Porque, which means because, es atlético, because he's athletic. And you can see him playing basketball in the second picture. And it says atlético at the top. I'm going to kind of give you a little hint here. You will see these adjectives. So for example, artística, which is on top of Sandra's picture, atlético on top of Ricardo's picture, and you will see them spelled differently depending on who they are using the word with. So for example, artística fits Sandra because it's spelled with an A. If a word, in this case an adjective, because that's what we're focusing on for this unit, is spelled with an A, it means that you're describing a girl or someone that goes by the feminine pronoun. If you have an O, you'd be talking about masculine. So for example, if we wanted to say that Ricardo was also artistic, not just athletic, but also artistic, you would call him artístico. And then if you were saying that Sandra was also athletic, you would call her atlética with an A. So just know, the spellings here will be changing. You might have somebody else in one of the other pictures that also considers himself athletic, but if it's a girl, it would say atlética instead. Still means the same thing though. So something to keep in mind because you will have a lot of spelling changes. Okay, your second picture. We have Alberto. It says Alberto es trabajador y estudioso. That's going to be the guy with the orange shirt. Le gusta estudiar. Old verb or old activity that we had. David, or David, in the yellow, es un poco, a little, perezoso. No es un estudiante muy bueno. No le gusta trabajar. So for Alberto, orange shirt, es trabajador. That's an adjective. Trabajador means hardworking. And so it says trabajador like by his jeans at the bottom too. Y estudioso. Estudioso means studious. Maybe it's even a new word for you in English. It just means somebody that studies a lot, like a really book smart, book dedicated person. So they're studious. Le gusta estudiar. So that makes sense, right? He likes to study because he's hardworking and he's studious. He likes to study. David es un poco, he's a little perezoso. Perezoso means lazy. You can kind of see him hanging out on the bench instead. No es, so he's not. No es un estudiante muy bueno. He's not a student who's really good. So he's not a really good student. He's a little too lazy for that. No le gusta trabajar. He does not like to work. So you're going to have a lot of opposites when it comes to this because you're going to be describing people who are this thing or might not be this thing. So just like we mentioned, we have different spellings if you were talking about a girl. If these two people on the bench were girls, you would call the person that was hardworking trabajadora with an A down here, and perezosa if it was a girl who was lazy. You also have a couple of extra words that kind of get thrown in here because they don't have a picture that go with them. Bonito or bonita, pretty. Guapo / guapa if something or someone is like handsome, good looking, attractive, I guess you could say. And malo / mala if they are bad. So just like David was not a good student, you could technically say he was a bad student instead, right? You can change the word good and put bad instead. But a couple of extra adjectives. And if you notice, they all have those A's there because they can change in spelling. Okay, last part of this page. Going back to Sandra talking about herself. She says, soy una persona, I'm a person, muy organizada, really organized. She's a really organized person. Mi amiga Ana, second picture, es inteligente. She's smart and intelligent. Looks kind of the same way. But, un poco desorganizada. And you can kind of see. Sandra was organizada. Had her stuff all nice on her blanket. Her amiga, her friend, not too much. She's desorganizada. A little disorganized. If you were talking about guys here, you would say organizado or desorganizado. Unorganized or disorganized. Okay. Second page. So here we're going to have a couple of like more physical attributes that you can see. So we have like an entire family situation. For the first picture, it says, Rafael, somebody new, es muy alto. He is very tall. So you can see the word alto next to the really long measurement of him. Pero Laura es baja, someone who is short. Manuel, second picture, es grande. He's a big guy. You can tell he's a big guy. Pero Francisco es pequeño. Francisco is small. La señora Cruz, third picture, es un poco, they're being nice, un poco, a little, vieja. She's a little old because she's like the grandma in this situation. But Rosita, the little girl, es joven. She's going to be young. So again, depending on the person you described, you would be changing A's to O's. However, there are some cases, and you see some of them here, where the word doesn't end with an A or an O. So if it doesn't, and it ends with an E, for example, Manuel, who is grande, with an E, you don't have to change the ending because it already has like a gender neutral ending, you could say. It can go for A's, it can go for O's. It's just grande. So Manuel es grande if, for example, and we'll just say Señora Cruz, right? If the lady was a big lady, you would say grande, same spelling. You wouldn't have to change it. Same for joven. Joven, the little girl who was young, does not have an A or an O at the end. So joven is just joven. You can call a guy joven for being young. You can call a girl joven for being young. So don't accidentally say like joveno or jovena. That's not going to work here. Okay, next section. We're going to be talking about hairs or hair color. La señora Guardado, the mom in this family, es pelirroja. She is a redhead. She has red hair. They call her a redhead. Like that is her category. El señor Guardado, the dad, has pelo castaño. The dad has brunette or dark hair. And you can see in the picture. Marco y Laura, so the two kids, the third picture, son chicos. They're kids. They're the kids of this family. Son buenos, they're good kids. Marco, the boy, tiene pelo rubio. He has blonde hair. Y Laura, the girl, the chica in this case, tiene pelo castaño. She has dark hair, just like her dad. So you have even like their categories technically underneath them. So of course you have the red hair for the lady. If you wanted to call a guy a redhead, because in case here it's the mom, you would call the guy pelirrojo, because it's a guy who's a redhead, not a girl who's a redhead. Pelo castaño, you don't change though, because you're not describing the person as being like a brunette. It's just they have that color. They have dark hair. They have brunette hair. So because you're describing the color as being that, pelo castaño will work for no matter who you describe. Because you're not calling them a brown-haired person, I guess you could say. You're just calling the hair dark or brown. Same for pelo rubio. You're calling the hair a blonde, not the person a blonde. And then you have people words. So you have la mujer, a woman, el hombre, the man, el chico, the boy, and la chica, the girl. Last section, again, more personality traits. It says, yo soy, again, Sandra, she's the one telling us about her familia. Yo soy un poco, I'm a little, seria. She's a little serious. Pero mi amigo Alberto, her friend, es muy, so he's a lot of something, es muy cómico. He's really funny. Todos, which means all. So all of mis amigos, all of my friends, son muy simpáticos. Simpáticos means nice. They're nice people. They're good people. And then she kind of asks us, ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo eres? So, and you? What are you like? Describe yourself. So, depending on the person you're describing, like 99% of the time, except like grande and joven, right, that don't have the A or the O at the end, you're going to be changing the spelling. Similarly, if a lot of people are a certain thing, like if everyone in your family is tall, or everyone in your family is short, whatever you're describing them as, or everyone's athletic, everyone's artistic, you have to add S's as well, because you're saying multiple people are this thing, which is why Sandra says in the last section, todos, all of mi amigos, right, all of my friends, son muy simpáticos, with an S at the end, because you're saying all of her friends are nice. It's not just like one person's nice and everyone else is mean. She's saying everyone's a nice person. So you can change, for example, if everybody in your friends was tall, altos, all of them are tall. If all of your friends are funny, cómicos, all of them are funny. So you can put S's at the end of these adjectives as well. I'm going to show you guys the review page. So our full intro to vocab was page 56 and 57. This is, of course, in the PDF that I'm going to give you guys on Canvas. But your review page is on page, I think, 75. I'm going to wait for it to load. But I want to double check, and I want to show you where it is. Yeah, that's page 75. So all the blue is the vocab, as you know. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a bit more. There we go. So that's basically what we've talked about today. The basic question that we're kind of is the umbrella question in this unit is ¿Cómo eres? What are you like? So not ¿Cómo estás? If you remember, we had the word ¿Cómo estás, which is like how are you? As in, are you feeling happy? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling bad? How are you feeling? This one, ¿Cómo eres? Is like a what are you like? So how are you as a person, right? Are you a nice person? Are you a funny person? Are you a tall person, athletic? Describe yourself. So it's a little bit of a different question. And then, just like I mentioned, we had two types of words or adjectives here. You have them kind of categorized under personality, how somebody acts, and appearance, most likely how somebody looks. And then, of course, you have the different people. Are they a man, a woman? Are they a friend? Are they a student? Are they just a person that you're describing? And then, of course, the last one, because you kind of need to use these as adverbs or words to help you with your adjectives pretty much, as in, are they very something? Are they a little something? Telling me why. So it's like, I'm artistic because I like to draw, or because I like to paint, or whatever you might do. So like giving a reason why somebody's a certain thing. And then the word todos, because it might be like everybody is a certain adjective that you're using. Like I said, things change in spelling, so all of these adjectives have A's and little parentheses to remind you these words can be changed depending on who you describe. And then similarly, they can also have S's. They're just not given to you here. So they can also have S's depending on who you describe. And then that's why you have two reasons for, or two spellings, I should say, for the word all. The last word on here, todos. If they're just like a group of people, guys and girls, you might say todos son altos. All of those people are tall. If it's only the girls that are tall, todas son altas, right? So it just depends how you use it. But I will stop you here. This is all of your vocab for this unit. You're going to have 2 videos on, and I'm going to just show you here really quick. Same page. One on something called noun-adjective agreement that we're going to be using. And then you're also going to have this one that's on articles. Pretty much how to say the word the. So those will be 2 videos coming on up. Hopefully this is easy. If not, you have your page numbers, and you have me in class when we go over this lesson. So good luck, and I will see you guys in class. Adios.